Hashtag back the comeback. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, comic book fan. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Top Comic Book Picks with VM Campos. Hey, that's me. This is the series where I talk about the comic books that you need to know for the final order cutoff date. That will be May 25th, 2020. Final order cutoff date is the day that you need to tell your favorite comic shops, get me this comic, VM Campos told me all about it, please order it for me. It's going to be May 25th, 2020. Don't forget to visit your favorite comic shops right over here. Patronize them. You've got to help them out. They've been there for us. Now we should be there for them. Remember, hashtag back the comeback. Comics are shipping again. Contact your local shops. Tell them VM Campos sent you. Tell them about these comics that you want. Because as the phrase goes, our comeback will be stronger than our setback. Now this is the free version of the video. I'm going to show you a bunch of great comic books, of course. But for the longer version of the video with even more comics from some of the independents and even some toys, head on over to patreon.com/vmcampos, and for $1 you'll get access to the longer, more exclusive version of the video, as well as the other videos that I will do every single week about final order cutoff date. For $1, it's totally worth it. At the $2 range, I'll actually mail you some comics in appreciation. But in any event, enjoy the free version of the video. Alright, here we go. So, as usual, we'll start with Marvel Comics. Now, this is a very light week of stuff for Marvel Comics. They're basically publishing a bunch of trade paperbacks. I personally like the single issues, or floppies as people call them. I like the single issues. I like reading things serialized that way. That's just me. Also, the collectible aspect of it all, of course, is in singles, not trade paperbacks. Who cares about those? But I had to pick a few things for Marvel, so here's what we've got. I'm going to go with Unbeatable Squirrel Girl graphic novel trade paperback, Big Squirrels Don't Cry. So this is basically reprinting issues 1 through 11 plus Howard the Duck number 6. There was a crossover of the recent Squirrel Girl series, which just ended at 50 issues. Go back and relive the original 11 issues of the Squirrel Girl series. So we've got writer Ryan North and Chip Zdarsky, because he did the Howard the Duck part. Art by Joe Quinones, again with Howard the Duck, and more. Oh, interesting, they didn't say that the more is also Erica Henderson, but I guess she's listed there as art of the cover art. Okay, so basically it's Ryan North and Erica Henderson. You go, Squirrel Girl, with her unique combination of wit, empathy, and squirrel powers. Computer science student Doreen Green is all that stands between Earth and total destruction. So yes, she has battled Doctor Doom, Galactus, Thanos, and beaten them all, plus a bunch of other lower level villains like Mole Man and such. This is a fun series. It's well drawn. I like Henderson's like cartoony style of it all. And Ryan North is hilarious. The script on this is great. There's so many wonderful asides. And it's a great, ages 10 and up kind of story. It's got some cool superhero shenanigans. It's funny, it's cute, it's all ages. I totally recommend it. If you never read the series, here it is back again as a trade paperback. Over at DC Comics, they're publishing a bunch of stuff. So, for example, the Green Lantern 80th Anniversary 100-page Super Spectacular. I'm going to go with Variant E, the 1950s variant. This one is by Matt Taylor. I'm really enjoying these 100-page anniversary issues of all of these characters that are 80 years old. There's been the Wonder Woman one, the Catwoman one, the Robin one. And here we've got Green Lantern. So, in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil could ever escape their sight. The Green Lanterns are celebrating 80 years of keeping DC Universe safe. So this is like an anthology with a variety of artists and writers doing short 1 to 5 page stories about a specific character. And I'm going with this one. I really like the cover art on this one. There's a whole bunch of variations from every decade, 8 variations at least. So pick the one that you like, but this is the one that I'm going for. Cover price $9.99, but it is 100-page, super spectacular. But didn't these used to cost like $1 back when they first came out? Okay, moving over to Image Comics. We're on the road to issue 250, one of the few independent comics, creator-owned comics, that has reached this milestone. The others, of course, have been Cerebus by Dave Sim, and recently Spawn by Todd McFarlane, and that one's over at like 307 issues or so now. Savage Dragon is at 250. This is by Eric Larson, so this is a good jumping on point. The calm before the storm. The countdown to Savage Dragon 250 continues, as unbeknownst to Malcolm Dragon, his greatest foes have gathered in an effort to eliminate him once and for all and take over the city of Toronto. Oh no! So I've always enjoyed jumping on and off on the Savage Dragon storyline. There's a brand new jumping on point for new readers. It's the Revenge of the Six, not the Sinister Six, but Dragon's own 6 bad guys. Switching over to IDW, we've got Crow, Leith. How do you say that? Leith? Lethe? Not sure how you say that actually. Writer Tim Seeley and art by Elias Kyriazis. Cover art by Peach Momoko. I love this style. Peach's style is so different than other things you see on the shelves at the moment. Now this is issue number 2, but a second print of number 1 is also available for you to order at the final order cutoff date of this Monday. So perhaps get that second printing of number 1 and then start collecting then the next ones of number 2. It's a 3-issue limited series actually. Null Marcos, the man who knows no pain, is accused of murdering the woman who brought him into the freak chic sideshow. With giant holes in his memory, even Null isn't sure he's innocent, but he'll have to decide soon as a sinister force that eats crows hunts his friends. From writer-artist Tim Seeley, who worked on Green Lantern's Nightwing and Shatterstar. Dynamite is coming through every single month for me with these variant covers, cosplay covers that I love. So, Vengeance of Vampirella number 8. I'm enjoying this series. Vampirella's back from the dead. Earth is on the brink of hell. So here we have the cosplay cover, written by Tom Snygoski, who did Volume 1 back in the 90s, and interior art by Michael Mariah. In order to resurrect the Dance Macabre, Vampirella must first discover what secret Mr. Sebastian was so desperate to keep hidden that he would summon and bind one of the legendary Hounds of Pandemonium to protect it. Who or what is Abaddon? And could it end the reign of Nyx, or will it bring about the end of life as we know it? I hope not, because then I won't get any more of these amazing cosplay covers. So I think this one came out really cool, great pose, the outfit is perfect. The cosplayer looks really good. I think the tombstones are a little weird. I would have loved them to actually be buried in the ground, but I love the bats flying about and everything. This is just a perfect cosplay of this classic character who's 50 years old. Dark Horse didn't have very many things to choose from again. Not a lot of floppies to pick from, a lot of single issues. So I'm going to go with the Scary Godmother Omnibus. This is $29.99, written by and interior and cover art by Jill Thompson. Enjoy this definitive collection of the hit series that has been adapted into 2 animated specials and a stage show. Full of strange happenings, kind monsters, and Halloween adventures, sure to delight and spook young and old alike. So it's got a bunch of stories. I really wish they would say the page count on these to see how much we're getting for our price. But any price is a good price to get some great Scary Mother stories from Jill Thompson. I really like this series. I like her art and style. It's just something different off the beaten path. It's sort of like vaguely Nightmare Before Christmas-ish, Hot Topic goth sort of style, not to diminish any of that. I love that stuff. But I'm recommending here the new Scary Godmother book. Check out the close-up of the art right here. Look at that little cat right there in this cute 5-eyed monster and Scary Godmother herself. So there you go, that was the short version of the video. We saw some cool comics, but there's even more comics to talk about. You don't want to miss out. For $1, head on over to my Patreon, patreon.com/vmcampos. For $1, you get access to the longer version of the video. For $2, I'll actually mail you some comics in appreciation from my curated collection. Or simply follow on Patreon to be alerted to all of the things that I do, such as Comic Con videos, cosplay videos, and more Final Order cutoff top picks that you need to know about. Also, a bunch of Magic the Gathering content if you're into that. Just follow for free, I would appreciate that. Like, subscribe, share this video, tell everyone about it. So this has been VM Campos, and I'll see you next week.